Hello everyone and welcome back to the Impact Play, impacting more than just gaming. We are your weekly source for the latest news, updates, discussions, and debates that branches out beyond than just gaming. We're not only blurring the lines between gaming, tech, entertainment, sports, and even music. We're even amplifying voices from those respective fields and having the stories told here on the Impact Play. Join us as we record the show live over at twitch.tv the Impact Play and by clicking on that notification bell so you will be notified when we do go live, or later on YouTube, or even on your favorite podcast platform. You simply search for the Impact Play. However you consume your content, wherever you consume it, we are there. Join us on Patreon, Silver Recruits and above, get the show ad free. Gold recruits and above have exclusive access to not only the post show, but they can even call in to be a part of the live show experience, plus early access to our VODs and so much more. Learn more and become a Patreon supporter today at patreon.com/the Impact Play. If you haven't heard about Anchor, you're definitely missing out. Give it a try. It's free and simple. Plus, you've got nothing to lose. You don't need the best equipment out there. All you need is your phone and something to talk about. There's even creation tools that allow you to not only record, but also edit your podcast, all within the app. Whatever your passion is, Anchor is the surefire way to not only start your podcast, but also distribute it across a multitude of platforms, including Spotify, Google and Apple Podcasts, and so much more. Download the free Anchor app or simply go to anchor.fm to get started. I'm your host Mohammed, otherwise known as It's Yagu. This is episode 124. On the agenda, we have Xbox's 20th anniversary and our own second anniversary are nearly here. Forza Horizon 5's tremendous launch, Rockstar pulling the GTA Remastered Trilogy from PC, an Xbox and Gucci collab, the latest in AR and VR, Disney Plus Day, Paige Bucher signs with StockX, the 2021 MLS Cup playoffs, the European World Cup qualifiers, the baby's latest release, Taylor Swift breaks records, and more, plus the top stories of the week. So we are an Epic partner, so for every purchase you make within the Epic ecosystem, when you use our creator code, the Impact Play, all one word, no spaces, you can use, it is not case sensitive, but we do get a commission that will help support and further elevate the show and even take us to new heights at literally at zero cost. So this will definitely help us take the show to new heights, to a new level. So just use our Epic Creator Code, the Impact Play, all one word, no spaces, and it will definitely help us out a whole bunch. So without further ado, we're gonna hop into a very first segment of the show, where we discuss what we have been playing, what we have been enjoying, and essentially what we have been up to. Of course, with Forza Horizon 5's launch, we ended up hopping into Forza Horizon. So it was the my first ever Forza experience, my true first Horizon experience. I've dabbled with it before with Forza Horizon 4, but via xCloud, not via the console or via PC. So, but this one I definitely had a blast in. What I didn't like was the tutorial. I'm not gonna get into much detail of it. The VOD will be uploaded later on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/backplay. But I'll give you a brief glimpse into it. One thing I didn't like was the tutorial. It was great, but me my own self, I like to stray from the predetermined path. So I like to go on my own way. It kept on forcing me to go back to the predetermined route, which I didn't like at all. Like I couldn't go out and explore. I had to stay on that current route, which is fine. But at least let me go my own way. Not too much out of my way, but still, at least let me explore a little bit. Kept on forcing me back to the road. But we don't want to dive too much into it. We're gonna get back to the show. So, of course, I'm always into Rocket League, and there's the latest collab, I guess, or a recollab. I guess you could say, which we'll get into later on because it's one of our news segments as well. So without further ado, we're gonna start with the news and begin with your gaming play, folks. Uh, oh, here it is. Found it. So of course we're gonna start with this Xbox. Actually, we're gonna start with Impact Play's second anniversary. So our second anniversary is literally on Tuesday. We're planning a 12-hour stream. I'll share that on social media, on the Impact Play social media, and I'll retweet it for my own as well. So look forward to an announcement by later on tonight, hopefully. I'll get that out to you. So it's gonna be a 12-hour charity stream in partnership with excuse me, now with Epic Games, Extra Life, in support of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, which is a Children's Miracle Healthcare Network hospital. So literally everything donated via that link will will go and supporting our local children's hospital. So look forward to an announcement later on by tonight, hopefully. We'll get that out to you, and yeah, look forward to it. We're working on incentives, which we'll get into more detail later on once I have that all set. And yeah, literally. Okay, so now we're gonna get into Xbox's 20th anniversary, which is tomorrow. Yep, which is tomorrow, folks. And the first news story we have here is coming straight from Xbox. This has been a remarkable year for Team Xbox and for you, our fans. We welcomed Bethesda to the family, announced a new slate of games together in June, and launched Psychonauts 2 and Microsoft Flight Simulator, two of the highest rated games of the year into Game Pass. 25 million players have now joined us in Sea of Thieves, and your passion for Series X shaped appliances has made the mini fridge a real thing. Our players are at the heart of everything we do, and we couldn't be more thankful for your incredible support. Now just celebrating what they've done so far. So Age of Empires 4 on October 28th. Minecraft for PC, which is out now. Forza Horizon 5's launch. Microsoft Flight Simulator Game of the Year edition launches November 18th. Master Chief and Halo Infinite comes out December 8th. And then new DLC updates for Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Grounded, and Master Chief Collection as well, Season 8. So literally, it's just something to celebrate with them on November 15th, which is tomorrow, at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific for those of you in the Pacific time zone. So it's just celebrating everything Xbox and Halo essentially. There won't be any announcements or anything of that sort. It's just a celebration essentially. And speaking of celebration, there as part of Xbox's 20th anniversary, the company has partnered with Gucci for a very expensive Xbox. Uh, And they will be releasing 100 Xbox by Gucci Series X consoles and matching controllers. Hold on, before we get into this, we're gonna show you what I'm looking at. This is coming from GameSpot, by the way, as well. Where are you? Capture. For all you audio listeners, you're definitely missing out if you aren't coming back to see the VOD. It's not the one I was looking for. Hmm. Found it. There we go. So you get an Xbox Series X console with the Gucci laser engraved into the console. You have special edition controllers as well as a case to go along with it. Plus an Xbox Game Pass subscription, of course, because it is 10,000 each. So you find it for sale starting November 17th. Like I didn't expect this collab. Like I thought it was just for the bag, but for the console itself, wow, phenomenal. So literally, I think that's too much for 10 grand, but to everyone their own. And the celebration continues. Xbox has revealed another shoe collab with Adidas for an Xbox 360 inspired sneaker. And this one is actually available for purchase, but there's barely any sizes. I try as soon as I heard about this, I tried to purchase my own. Literally, there's no barely any sizes left. But I'll show you. There you go. It's not bad. Pretty decent. And it has five different laces. Like the most I've seen is like three in a shoe. I am a sneakerhead as well. Mid shoe. Stinks. But it looks like I'm gonna have to get it from a third party reseller. But it is what it is. Moving on to the celebration. Forza Horizon 5 had the largest launch for any Xbox Game Studio title. This is coming from Engadget. Uh, so, Phil Spencer has revealed that Forza Horizon 5 had the best launch day. There have been 4.5 million people playing the game on all platforms, Xbox, Windows, and cloud to date, and its peak concurrent players were 3 times those of its predecessor. So, literally. Alright, so moving on to the next news story that we have. So, this was coming over from comicbook.com. The Last of Us creator, Neil Druckmann, has teased a new PS5 game. Unfortunately, there's not much to go about from this tease, which comes the way via Twitter. So yeah, in his profile bio, it includes a reference to quote unquote that future game. What game is he known for? But it confirms the Naughty Dog is hard at work on a brand new a brand new title. What game this is? Who knows? But I figured this is worth mentioning. So another League of Legends spinoff is coming to Netflix games. This is coming over from The Verge. So Riot Forge, a publishing subsidiary of Riot Games dedicated to smaller, self-contained games within the League of Legends universe in collaboration with BitTrip developers Choice Provisions, announced its latest game, Hextech Mayhem, a League of Legends story. Hextech Mayhem is a rhythm game in which you bounce League of Legends characters Ziggs and Heimerdinger to the beat of the music, unleashing city-busting bombs along the way. In addition to being available on the Switch and PC on November 16th, the game will also be available at a later date to Netflix subscribers. So it'll be for free for current subscribers. Speaking of Netflix, Netflix is about to launch an update for iOS users to incorporate Netflix games into Apple mobile devices. The release follows the same update that was made available for Android devices last week. Both developments were expected ever since the streamer announced back in September that it was testing the gaming section in devices across selected European countries. So starting this week, iOS users will be able to play Stranger Things 1984, Stranger Things 3, the game Card Blast, Teeter Up, and Shooting Hoops. All five have which have been made available for Android devices. So this is just the beginning. Alright. The Playdate handheld console has been delayed until 2022. That reminds me. That reminds me of another story. So of course, with shipping delays, COVID, you have chip shortages as well, so it's not surprising. So even Valve has announced that the Steam Deck is going to be delayed by 3 or 6 months. Hold on, let me get into this article. Yeah, until 2022. So until like 3 or 6 months later. Apparently, the first batch will be shipping in February 2022, which I doubt. Literally, I expected at least a year delay. So it's fine by me. So literally, this delays for consoles, chip shortages in general. But I do have the highest tier deck, the highest tier that I'm hopefully waiting to receive sometime next year. But yeah, I'm excited to test that out and give you my review. And now we're getting into Twitch is now available on the Switch, which as soon as I heard about it, I downloaded on my end, and it works pretty decent. But it doesn't work for all channels. Like it'll give you some channels not compatible, even though you go to, for instance, you go to another streamer that's playing the same game, it'll play it on their end. I don't know why, if it's channel specific or what have you. And we are already aware that Xbox is working on its own built-in Twitch version instead of just a third-party app built into the console natively. So it'll work better for streaming, like free play and what have you. So the PC version of Grand Theft Auto: The Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, seems to have some serious issues at the minute. To bundle a remastered collection of GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas arrived on Thursday. However, at the time of the writing, the Rockstar Games website says that this title is currently unavailable in your country or region. Console players, however, can still buy it on Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch digital stores. This is coming over from Engadget. And according to Kotaku, those who have bought the title on PC before it disappeared are still unable to play it. So, adding to the publisher's woes, the Rockstar launcher has been out of commission for around 24 hours for maintenance. So I think that's why, because I tried to hop into GT Online, it's probably why. There was an issue, I tried trying to hop in, like literally it took me maybe 10, 20 minutes just to hop into GT Online. I know it's laggy from the get-go, but this one, it was more than normal. All right, so expect an Outriders broadcast on November 15th. It will be the first broadcast since the launch of Outriders, the high intensity RPG shooter where survival demands aggression. From People Can Fly, the developers of Gears of War, Judgment, and Bulletstorm, and Square Enix external studios, the minds behind Sleeping Dogs and Just Cause. It will give players a first look at a colossal free content update coming to Outriders soon, as well as a review of the many improvements to the game since its launch back in April. So this one came over straight from Square Enix. And next, we have the Golden Joystick Awards 2021, coming from Games Radar. Voting is now open for the Ultimate Game of All Time and Best Gaming Hardware of All Time categories in the Golden Joystick Awards for 2021. Voting for these special 50 years of game categories will close on Friday, November 12th, which already closed. So the 39th Golden Joystick Awards are coming on November 23rd. And this year we're celebrating 50 years of games. To commemorate this landmark occasion, two new and certain to be fiercely debated categories will be added to our voting system: Ultimate Game of All Time and Best Gaming Hardware of All Time. So here's the short list that we have. For the categories, we have Best Storytelling, Best Multiplayer Game, Best Visual Design, Best Indie Game, Still Playing Award, Best Game Expansion, Best Game Community, Best Studio, Best Audio, Best Gaming Hardware, Nintendo Game of the Year, Xbox Game of the Year, PlayStation Game of the Year, and of course, PC Game of the Year. Most Wanted Game, Ultimate Game of the Year. And we have the 50 years of games publicly voted categories. We have Ultimate Game of All Time and Best Gaming Hardware of All Time. And plus, we have the critically chosen categories selected by our judging panel: Breakthrough Award and the Critics' Choice Award. So to be eligible for the Golden Joystick Awards 2021, games would have to be released between November 20th, 2020 and the present day. So that's about it. And lastly, we have a new comeback for Ghostbusters. It comes back to life in Rocket League. So this was going over here from Rocket League. Ghostbusters rises again in Rocket League. The iconic series is bringing its one-of-a-kind Ecto 1 back to the pitch, along with some new goodies for the first time starting November 11th. Get the Ecto 1 bundle from November 11th through the 22nd and take control of the Ghostbusters iconic ghost hunting vehicle. Plus, equip the new real life decal to give it that signature white look from the films. For the real afterlife decal to give it to an older, weathered look. So I'll show you guys this in a minute. Okay, there we go. And of course, I went ahead and purchased the bundle. Like literally. Even though I'm not a Ghostbusters fan, but I'm a huge Rocket League fan. So whichever club they have, I just go ahead and buy it, even though I'm not a huge fan of it. I think I'm missing something on it. Yeah, let's check one more thing. Okay, there we go. Now let's get back to the news, folks. It looks like we're done with your gaming play. We're gonna hop into tech. Okay, and this is all AR and VR related, so mixed reality. So Qualcomm launched a new developer platform for building head-worn augmented reality experiences. The Snapdragon Spaces XR developer platform. The only supported hardware for the platform is currently Lenovo's Think Reality AR smart glasses paired with a Motorola phone. But it will expand to include hardware from Oppo, Xiaomi in the first half of 2022. To build out the software ecosystem, Qualcomm lined up a wide range of partners, including Epic Games, Unreal Engine, Niantic's Lightship platform, Unity, Viacom, CBS, as well as others, including Dish Telecom and T-Mobile US are also partnering as well. This one came from TechCrunch, by the way. And these next news stories coming over from Road to VR. So at a special launch event, Niantic announced it's opening up the Lightship AR Development Kit platform, a software development kit with the kinds of tools the company uses to make Pokemon Go's world scale gameplay possible. And to attract third-party developers to the platform, it also announced a $20 million fund, which it hopes will kickstart AR development. Niantic is releasing its augmented reality tools, which feature the geolocation functionality which we've seen in other Niantic games, such as Pikmin Bloom, Harry Potter's Wizard Unite, and the company's its own title, Ingress. Next, we have HTC's Live Focus VR headset update, which is a business-focused headset with a much larger play area, Wi-Fi 6E, and more. The company announced the software update comes with no change in hardware, as HTC secretly built in the 6E required hardware from day one. So it's essentially unlocking abilities like, for instance, like the Nintendo Switch did, and unlock the Bluetooth function. Next, we have a Japanese startup, DiverX, is looking to launch a Steam VR compatible headset that seems to be taking a few ideas from Sword Art Online, which features a fully immersive metaverse. While it's not a brain computer interface like the full dive Nerve gear we've seen in the show, it represents a pretty interesting approach to a VR headset design. So, dubbed the Half Dive, the Tokyo based company says it's taking advantage of the sleeping position to enable human activity in its lowest energetic state. Since it's worn laying down, the creator says they're free from many of the design constraints that conventional VR headsets are used to pursuing, with the introduction of things like pancake optics and micro display. Since its weight isn't on your neck, it doesn't have to be light or slim. A hand controller hasn't been completely revealed, although it seems that it's gonna need some full controls as well. So we'll see. And lastly, we have Google is shaking things up with its reorganization of its AR and VR efforts, dubbed Project Starline, an Area 120 in-house incubator, dubbing the internal team Google Labs. As first reported by TechCrunch, Google is shifting a few of its notable forward-looking projects into a single team and bringing them under the leadership of Google veteran Clay Baver. Before taking the reins of Google Labs, Baver leads the company's AR and VR team, where he oversaw the 2016 launch of its Android-based Daydream VR platform. Most recently, Baver led Project Starline, an experimental light-filled display system that the company envisions it as a magic window of sorts, allowing floor-flung users to speak in a more natural way than video conferencing can provide. So that's about it for tech. Now we're gonna hop into entertainment. Okay, Twitter is partnering up with Viacom CBS for a multi-year deal that will see the social media network stream video from across its branded portfolio. Additionally, two companies plan to host 3 Paramount Plus watch parties. So this came over from Engadget. Speaking of collab, Patreon has been moving toward becoming a reliant for some time, and another big piece of the puzzle is falling into place. CEO Jack Cunt has revealed the company is working on video hosting, as well as its own player. So we'll see how this fares once we get more details. So Paramount Plus is partnering up with Adele. A new teaser for the upcoming concert experience, One Night Only, which will premiere on CBS Sunday, November 14th, and will also be available live and on demand on the streaming platform. Law and Order Revival Season 21 has a premiere date set for February 24th of next year. Thank you, Collider, for that update. So we have a new image for The Last of Us. So I'll show you guys in a minute. Nope, so now I gotta change this. Oh, wrong one. Alright, there you are, folks. Doesn't show much detail, but it's something. And now we're gonna get into this Disney Plus Day recap. Well, your Disney Plus recap, I should say. It's coming from comicbook.com. Disney on Friday debuted first looks, exclusive footage, and new trailers in celebration of Disney Plus Day 2021, second anniversary of Disney Plus. Streaming platform debuted more than 25 new pieces of content, including Marvel Studios' blockbuster Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings, Disney Plus's original home movie, Home Sweet Home Alone, and where are you? And the Simpsons streaming short plus Varsity. Subscribers were the first to preview a slate of upcoming content from Disney Plus brands: Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic. A Steam exclusive looks from Marvel Studios and Pixar Animation Studios, revealing new series like Spider-Man Freshman Year and Cars on the Road. So we have our other announcements. We have Cheaper of the Dozen coming in March of next year. Enchanted, which is a sequel to the hit film, coming in fall of 2022. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, coming December 3rd of this year on the streaming platform. And we have a new animated adventure from the Diary of the Wimpy Kid franchise, Roderick Rules. Chip and Dale, coming in spring of 2022. The Beatles Get Back. It is a docuseries coming on November 25th. Better Nate Than Never. Let me see. Yeah, it'll premiere on spring of 2022. The new comedy series. Hocus Pocus 2 is premiering fall of next year. Pinocchio will premiere on fall of 2022 as well. The Ice Age Adventures of Buckwild. It's an all-new movie premiering on January 28th on Disney Plus. Sneakerella, which is a new take on the Cinderella fairy tale, which is focusing on sneakers essentially. The Pride Family Louder and Prouder, coming in February 2022. High School Musical, the musical, the series. That's a lot to take in. Season 3 is coming in 2022. The Spider Chronicles. We have Baymax coming in summer of 2022. Zootopia Plus coming in 2022. Tiana, coming in 2023. We have Intertwined, which is produced in Latin America. It's not available on the streaming service. We have Cars on the Road, coming in 2022. Win or Lose, coming in 2022, which is another documentary series as well. Hawkeye is now streaming on Disney Plus, which I was not made aware of. I'll have to hop into that. Moon Knight, we got our first look that's coming to which is a series coming to 2022. We have X-Men 97 coming in 2022 as well. She-Hulk, which is coming next year. Miss Marvel, next year as well. And Echo. And we also have season 2 for What If coming soon. Ironheart, we have I Am Groot. And we have Agatha, House of Harkness. Marvel Zombies, which is a branch of from Marvel's What If. Secret Invasion, which I've definitely been waiting for. And we have Spider-Man Freshman Year. And Willow. Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got our first look. Under the Helmet, The Legend of Boba Fett. Welcome to Earth, coming to National Geographic, a 6-part series, original series, I should say, starring Will Smith. America the Beautiful. Limitless. We got our trailer and our first look into the Scrims Hemsworth starred movie. Or original, I should say. And there's also going to be some IMAX, not full IMAX experience, but some IMAX close to IMAX level, I should say, for some for some titles. Okay, so we have new images for the new Scream movie that's coming out, and we're gonna show you guys in a moment from Paramount Pictures. Right? And Transformers Rise of the Beast has been pushed by a year. And Star Trek the movie will be coming to Christmas of 2023. Thank you, Deadline, for those updates. We have Arcane. Act 2 has... We have a new trailer for Act 2. I'm still watching Act 1, but yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. It's definitely a new take. And Marvel's Eternals leads the box office, leading with Clifford on number 2. All right. So we are done with your entertainment play, folks. Now we're going to hop into music. No, sports, I should say. Sports and music. Okay. Oops. So your sports play, folks. And we have NFL Week 9 takeaways. So Week 9 of the 2021 NFL season brought us some shocking upsets. The Cowboys' offense couldn't find any traction in a huge loss to the Broncos. The Bills couldn't score a single touchdown, and a wild loss to the Jaguars. The Falcons and Giants also surprised. pulling off victories against the Saints and Raiders, respectively. The Patriots had a big defensive day against the Panthers, and the Dolphins finally got their second win by defeating the Texans. Meanwhile, the Browns made a statement in the AFC North with a convincing win over the Bengals. Cleveland scored 41 points without Odell Beckham Jr., whom had plans to put on waivers Monday. Baltimore took Minnesota to overtime after a back-and-forth game, and the Ravens moved to 6-2 after a Justin Tucker game winner. In the afternoon games, the Chiefs held off the Aaron Rodgers-less Packers. The Cardinals won without quarterback Kyler Murray and receiver DeAndre Hopkins, and the Chargers hung on versus when they took on the Eagles. The Titans closed out the evening with a convincing win over the Rams. Our NFL Nation reporters reacts with the take. Oh no, that's all. That's all just their reactions about it. This one came from ESPN, by the way. Okay. And now we're going to move on to the European World Cup qualifiers. What to look forward to? So 2 of the Europe's 13 FIFA World Cup spots have been reserved, and 8 more teams will confirm their places by Tuesday, the 16th of November. So for Saturday's matchup, that was yesterday. We had let's see, France versus Kazakhstan. I don't know if I watched it or no. Norway took on Latvia. Turkey took on Gibraltar, and Montenegro took on the Netherlands, and Belgium took on Estonia, and Wales took on Belarus. I never heard these countries before. Interesting. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the 2021 MLS Cup playoff matchups. We have New England clinched the Supporters' Shield and the top seeds in the Eastern Conference. New England will host all playoff matches, including MLS Cup, if they advance to the final. The Seattle Sounders have clinched a top 4 seed in the Western Conference and will host their first playoff match. Sporting Kansas City have clinched a top 4 seed in the Western Conference and will host their first playoff match. And the Colorado Rapids have clinched a top 4 seed in the Western Conference and will also host their first playoff match. This is coming from MLSsoccer.com. So for the round 1, November 20th to the 23rd, number 2 Philadelphia will be hosting number 7 New York. Number 3 Nashville will be hosting number 6 Atlanta. And number 4 New York City will be hosting number 5 Orlando. And for the conference semifinals, November 25th through the 30th, New England, number 1, will be hosting the winner of number 4 versus the number 5. So for the Western Conference, we have Kansas City, number 2, taking on number 7 Vancouver. Number 3, Colorado, taking on number 6 LA. Number 4, Portland will be taking on number 5 Minnesota. And for the conference semifinals of the Western Conference, from November 25th to the 30th, number 1 Seattle will be hosting the winner of number 4 versus number 5. And that's it. Moving on. StockX has a new brand ambassador, UConn women's basketball star Paige Bueckers? It's going from Sports Illustrated. Booker signed a multi-year name, image, and likeness partnership with the global e-commerce platform for sneakers, toys, electronics, and apparel, the company announced on Wednesday. The partnership with StockX is about equity and authenticity. The reading 2021 winning award winner told ESPN, It's about product I love without shining a light on all the creatives that drive culture. I'm here to celebrate them, and together with StockX, invest in making sure women and women athletes are prioritized and elevated and recognized for their style and their leadership. So StockX told Forbes that their new partnership is looking to highlight women's sports and will work with workers on community driven initiatives. Quote unquote, we're committed to providing a platform to female athletes to not only showcase their personal life, their personal style, interests, and values, but also to amplify their voices and connect with their communities. Like CMO Dina Barry told Forbes, Paige isn't afraid to stand up for what she believes in and speak out for change, which is perfectly aligned with our cultural values of remaining committed to what's right and building a legacy, which is similar to our values as well. All right, now we're gonna go on to music, folks. So the source was coming from Billboard. Taylor Swift's pre-recorded Red album has made Spotify history and its first day of release. Red, which is Taylor's version, Swift's 30-track album that has already arrived on November 12th, is already breaking records on the streaming servers on opening day and became the most streamed album in a day by a female with more than 90.8 million global streams. Spotify has confirmed. So that's definitely a great feat, and congratulations to Taylor. As he prepares for to hit the road for his upcoming live show, Killer Tour, the baby returns with a brand new mixtape titled Back at My Baby Jesus Shit Again. His first project since last year's My Brother's Keeper EP, Back at My Baby Shit Again features Kodak Black and 21 Savage. The mixtape arrives just a week after he first teased its existence on Instagram. Yeah, so you can check that out now on Spotify. Thank you, Complex, for that news story. Now we have Spotify acquiring audiobook platform Findaway. It's coming over from Engadget. Spotify could soon be home to a lot of more audiobooks. The streaming service has acquired audiobook platform Findaway. The company announced terms of the deal were not disclosed, but the acquisition suggests Spotify is looking to build on its own library and audiobook titles. Of course, that's surprising because it is an audio platform. And lastly, we have Bad Bunny. Um, will be guest starring in the final season of Narcos Mexico in the third and final season. This one came from AT Online, which is their exclusive by the way. If you're interested in checking out the article, be sure to check it out by Liz Calvario. All right, so that's about it. Let me see if we have any news breaking stories, anything that's just in. Give me a few. I'll check this out. Let's see. So we have your full game schedule for Sunday, for today actually, for the NBA. We have the Spurs taking on the LA Lakers at 3:30 p.m. We have Milwaukee taking on Atlanta at 6 p.m. We have Golden State taking on the Hornets at 7, including at 7 we have Phoenix taking on Houston, Brooklyn taking on Oklahoma City. The Trailblazers are taking on. Who's this? We gotta look into that. And Chicago is taking on The Clippers on 9:30. Let me see the Trailblazers. It's taking on Denver. Oh, that's weird. They changed their logo. I didn't know that. Okay. I was wondering. I'm like, what the heck? Who is this logo? Denver Nuggets. I didn't realize they changed their logo. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, nothing new. Now let's check these individual lists and see if there's anything in there. Okay, nope, nope. So Red Notice has scored the biggest opening day in Netflix history after arriving on the streaming platform last Friday. So it came from Screen Rant as well. Okay. Yeah, let's see. So we have a lot of new trailer releases from Disney Plus and those other shows. We'll react to that accordingly on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ the Impact Play. So it looks like that's all we have for you guys. Okay, so we have for the European qualifier, we have Cro- uh, Croatia won against Russia 1-0, and it sealed their first place in Group H. So we have your results here from the European qualifiers as well. I want to botch these names, but Azerbaijan lost to Lu- Luxembourg 1-3. Georgia beat Sweden 2-0. Russia beat Cyprus 6-0. Um, oh, this is a couple days ago. This isn't recent. Hold on, let me go to 14th. Okay, so we have Slovakia beat Malta 6-0. We have Slovenia defeats Cyprus 2-1. We already talked about Croatia. We have Yeah, the other lineups we already talked about that earlier, so we're good on that. There's still much to complete on today. And let's see. I do want to wish a happy birthday to my, my chap Carl from Atlanta United football team. Happy birthday to him. Yeah, it's it on sports, so let's check music real quick. So we have what is this? MT. Hold on. TV. I think we have the MTV Music Awards is happening. News. Yeah, let me look into this further. Yeah, you see. Oh, the EMAs. Okay, let me look into that. EMAs. Okay, so the 2021 European Music Awards. That's what that stands for. So it is happening later on today. You could check that out on their Facebook page, or even in VR as well. I like this. That's new. That I like. Okay, and that's about it, folks. So now, if you guys are interested in sending us free email, here's how. We want to know your feedback, your thoughts, and even any questions that you may have for us by sending us free email on our Discord server, leaving a voice note over at anchor.fm the impact play, or even by sending us an email to reademail at theimpactplay.com. Who knows, we even be featured on a future episode or even a special readable segment of the show. So thank you guys so much for making the Impact Play part of your day. If you wish to join our community server over on Discord, shout out the exclamation Discord and chat now. And guys, we're trying to unlock subs over on Twitch and we need your help. We cannot do this without you. Literally, our only obstacle that is standing in our way are the views to finally unlock subscriptions. Over on Twitch. That will help further support the show as well. One of the many ways. So literally share the channel. Join us when we go live. Join us when we do our live playthroughs. Hit the notification bell and just lurk if you must. Literally every little bit helps us take the show to new heights. So leave us a review if you're just rating on your favorite platform. Thank you guys so much for all of you our Patreon supporters. Uh, the post show will continue there. And for everyone else, thank you guys so much for tuning in and have a great one, folks. Until next time.